Well, good morning, everybody. I hope you're all doing fantastically well. It's Connor here. We're back with another episode of the Rumour Mill. Back here with another daily transfer update. What is going on in your world? Let me know in the comment section below. Preston tomorrow, eh? Bloody heck. What a game that is going to be. Massive, massive game in the calendar for Leeds United, and we're going to be getting into that just towards the back end of the video, so make sure you stick around, everybody, for a little bit of a preview. But we're going to be getting into your news today. Your Tanaka merch is flying out, everybody. As I say, limited amount of sales for the Tanaka merch. We've only made a certain batch of it, certain amount, I should say, but these are flying out. We've also got hoodies, jumpers, for all your Christmas period. The quality's insane. Get involved in it, everybody. It's well worth it. I've ordered about 4 hoodies myself, as you can see on every video. But make sure you check that out. Also, football prizes. Listen, your Christmas bundle, again, everybody. £3.99 to get involved in this week. And you're involved in a raffle, hospitality, free tickets, signed shirts. What are you doing if you don't do it? IPM Group UK. Keep all of your CCTV and security needs in the Leeds United community, everybody, with Rick and the gang season ticket holders. Make sure you check that out. Link in the description below for that one, everybody. It's been an absolute pleasure coming to you with these rumour mills. I hope you're enjoying them as we get into the January period, which I'm sure is going to be a little bit heated. And let's hope that Leeds United can keep hold of the key players and maybe get some as well. But let's get into today's news. Maximilian Wober, everybody, what do we know about him? Well, consistently, he's been linked with Red Bull Salzburg. The interesting part of this is Mönchengladbach's gone quiet. Don't exactly know why. Maybe it's the transfer fee that has put them off. They offered 8.3 million euros in the summer. That was promptly rejected by Leeds United. And apparently Leeds United wanted around about £12 million, which obviously in excess, when you're looking at the euro sort of conversion rate right now, is probably 14 to 15. So massive money there. Well done, Leeds United. I've always said it on this channel, staying strong, not willing to buckle at the knee, really, when it comes to a transfer, which we've seen with this club many times before. That's good news. Another club has come into the mix in Red Bull Salzburg, and apparently they have 2 targets in the January window. Max Wober is one of them. Salzburg are keen on bringing Wober back to Austria. Listen, there was the European competition, of which Max Wober was really, really good for Austria. He can play in a back 3, as we've seen. He can play in a back 4, in a centre-back position, and a left-back position. But what would you guys do from someone who, quite funnily enough, when he played centre-back against Middlesbrough in the Cup, was cast out? Everybody was saying he's crap, he's not good enough. I thought that was extremely harsh. We've never said that on the channel at all. We've never really gone at Wober, to be honest with you. I've always thought if he's fit, he's a good option off the bench. He's a good utility man who has like an Austrian international, someone who's working under one of the best coaches in the world internationally on your bench in the Championship. It doesn't really happen. But according to journalist Peter Linden this morning, he's reported that Wober's stance is interesting, and a new update on his website. According to Linden, he says that despite Salzburg being under the stewardship of Red Bull, the company will not force Leeds to reduce their asking price to hand Salzburg a bargain. Wober then looks to stay. Really interesting there. And because I was reporting earlier on, or we were talking, I should say, earlier on, about maybe a little bit of a deal being in the works. Obviously, the commercial entity that has come onto Leeds United in Red Bull, could they have sway? Is there a reason that Mönchengladbach are now not in the picture when it comes to transfer talks? They could be at some point, of course, but right now it seems to be full steam ahead when it comes to Red Bull Salzburg. Why is that all of a sudden? Is it because Leeds United have this relationship with them from a commercial standpoint? Well, Peter Linden has said that is not the case, and Leeds are not going to be willing to reduce their price. I think that would be a bad move on Leeds' part as well, because fans would naturally look at that and think, all right, well, is this just now going to happen in the future? Anytime Red Bull Salzburg, Leipzig come in, another entity as well, maybe Paris FC in the future, they come in for a Leeds player, Leeds are going to reduce the book for Red Bull. That really shouldn't happen when you're looking at the long-term project that is Leeds United, and Leeds United becoming a better financial entity as well. So that's good news. Looks like Max Wober might not be going anywhere in January, potentially, unless big bucks are mustered up by Salzburg. And of course, in the background, Mönchengladbach. Now, when you're looking on the transfer circuit as well, it's quite interesting to see where Leeds United are, if we're looking at anybody, if there's potentially a left-back that we're looking at with the situation with Junior Firpo and potentially Besiktas in January, of which that rumour seems to be hotting up a little bit. Other positions as well. Can Leeds United improve on that number 9 position? Are Leeds United even keen on doing that? Are we keen on doing something in the number 10? But a few reports are suggesting this morning that Leeds United are just simply wanting to keep hold of their players going into the latter end of January, February, etc., etc. We know these windows can be very stressful for Leeds United fans, including myself reporting on it, but they can also be problematic in terms of squad building and the patterns of which Leeds United will have to figure out very, very quickly, potentially if it's towards the back end of the window, of a bigger club coming in and taking one of our better players. Now, the beauty about this is Leeds' main aim, according to reports this morning, I've seen throughout the week, really, to keep hold of key players in January. You've had Daniel Farke muting that Leeds are going to be doing really anything. Once again, it's probably that Angus Kinnear notion of Leeds being maybe opportunistic in this window if a good deal comes up, and we're going to get on to potentially who this good deal could be in the next news story. But I want to know from you guys, would you be happy with that? Are we good enough right now? The table tells you that we are statistically. The metrics are all backing Leeds United up. Even if you think we need a number 9, we're still scoring a lot of goals. Do you think we need another defender, potentially in the long run, to keep up with Junior Firpo's injury record, to help us maybe with reinforcements at the back? Do you think we need to do something else? Is central attacking midfield, or will Brendan Aronson suffice? Farke's already mentioned that he doesn't really like wingers in that central attacking midfield role, which kind of means it's really just Brendan Aronson, because Joel Peru, I think we've seen, doesn't really work there. So really interesting when it comes to the makeup of this Leeds United squad going into January. Leeds' main focus being keeping hold of all their key players. And I think that's a smart way of going about it. Now, you are going to get other bids. You are going to get other clubs getting involved in this window. We know Sheffield United are probably going to go with a central midfielder with Arblaster being out. We know Burnley are probably going to go for a centre forward as well. Will this maybe jolt Leeds into doing something, or is the squad strong enough right now? Let me know. Now, everybody, the next news report is from One Football, who've suggested that this morning Leeds United, alongside Team Talk, are one of the clubs that are in for Louie Barry. It's as if they're listening. Louie Barry in the January months. Now, we spoke on the youngster a little bit ago, the Aston Villa loanee, on the channel about how good this guy is and how much I rate Louie Barry. Now, living on the dark side of the Pennines, you hear a lot about Louie Barry from people in Stockport, obviously, which is a big place in Manchester, and they absolutely love him. They adore him. They're saying that he's more than Premier League quality, and he's an extremely good player. Very, very good, hitting all the top metrics when it comes to green on FootMob and FBref and whatever metric you want to use when it comes to data representation. Barry's ceiling is incredibly high, noted several sources, and Villa do see him as a first-team player, but he needs an environment to make the leap. So what we know is, from a fan index, he's very good, but what we know as well from the scouting network, from everybody at Aston Villa, they sent him out to Stockport to hit a certain level. He's hitting that level now, and they want to send him out on loan. So I don't think we'll be able to actually transfer and get someone like Louie Barry. I think that's just an unbelievable signing from Aston Villa in terms of and how they've utilised him, in terms of getting him in, loaning him out to a good club who are going to play him. Obviously, it'd have been nice for us to almost do that with Joe Gelhardt, wouldn't it? But Barry's almost the embodiment right now of what Villa are achieving, which is obviously hard work and seemingly endless potential. So I think Borough does make sense, and we might get down to that Hull City thing with Fabio Carvalho last season of, is he going to play at Leeds? And if he's not going to play, he's going to go to Borough because he's going to play. So it's going to be fascinating to see what happens with Barry. I would be bringing him in. I would be saying, look, you're a first-team player. You're going to be in that central attacking midfield role. I think on and off the ball is exactly what Farke likes in his central attacking midfielders. He's got all the technical ability to surpass Brendan Aronson in that role, even though, look, we like Brendan, but I think Barry has got that higher level. So, yeah, it's what do you do with him? Obviously, we know with Brendan that he's a first-team player. Brendan is a permanent player at this football club as well. Would you facilitate a loan signing who we're probably not going to sign on a permanent to just get us into the Premier League? Let me know in the comment section below. Everybody, the big question this weekend, of course, it is, will Leeds United start with Ethan Ampadu at the weekend? Listen, is it a big question? Probably not. I think we're going to start with Tanaka and Rothwell, but we're going to start having a big conversation about Ethan Ampadu very soon because he's going to be back into the thick of it. I thought his cameo the other night was okay. He looked a little bit rusty. He gave the ball away and Borough went on a counter-attack. But it just begs the question again when it comes to him, what do Leeds do? Because I do not want that central attacking midfield to change. Central midfield, I should say, to change. I don't want it. I love the dynamic. Was brilliant again the other night. Tanaka and Rothwell, both sort of 7, 8 out of 10s. Why change what's good? It's not broken. Don't fix it. So I think Ethan's got to wait on the sidelines a little bit for this one. But make no mistake about it, everybody. For me in this game, it's a must win. And not because it's critical that Leeds have to win the game. And you'll get people saying, look, it's not too bad away from home. and it isn't too bad away from home, but with the standards and the expectations up here, the standard needs to be up there and the expectations need to be up there, not just at home, but away from home as well. And Leeds are not picking up the right amount of points away from home in terms of points per game. We've only won 3 away all season. And Millwall, Blackburn, Bristol City are just not good enough, and Preston falls into that bracket. Stoke City falls into that bracket. Leeds have to be winning these games because you goddamn know that Sheffield United are going to be winning games like that, as we saw with Millwall, as we've seen with them away at Blackburn as well. Bristol City, they are grinding out wins like this away from home, even when they're not playing well. We're not playing well at home at points like we didn't the other night, particularly, but we're still getting the wins. We need to transfer that into our away form, and then Leeds will be in a really, really good spot because Burnley have got a tough game this weekend. Really tough game this weekend. Sheffield United have got really tough games coming up as well. You look at their December period, it's not good. Leeds right now with Oxford, with Stoke, with Preston, with Derby, with Blackburn, we have a run here to genuinely pull away because last time we were speaking about this, Sheffield United had a decent basket of fixtures as well, as did Burnley. Now they've both got really tough fixtures. You got Burnley having to go to Borough away very soon. They're going to Norwich tomorrow. Leeds have got to take advantage of this because there's a genuine possibility we could pull away here. We genuinely could pull away. And this Christmas period could be that exact period right now that we look back on and say that was when Leeds went away. And that's when we started winning and grinding out wins. But Stoke in particular, Preston, of course, we have to start getting 3 points on the road, really. And when you look at Heckingbottom, he's going to want to win the game. I don't think they've lost a game in 5. Preston, they drew with West Bromwich Albion at home the last time out, which is a good result for them. But I'm looking at Leeds going there and winning. We've got to start doing better away from home. So that's been it, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Head on over to the Patreon as well for your bonus bits. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.